Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the UWS Student Government Association debate for the presidency of the student body. Please feel free to submit your questions in writing. I've got some scratch paper and pencils down there, and Stephen Fletcher down there will be filtering out the questions, so you may hear your question read aloud. For the first time ever, the student body presidential debate will be available to watch via YouTube, so recommend it to all of your friends. A word on format. Each candidate at the start will receive 3 minutes to give a brief opening statement and introduce themselves, after which I will ask questions and they will have 2 minutes to answer. After their opponent has finished answering the questions, I will offer them a chance for a rebuttal. Please hold your applause until the end of the debate and enjoy the show. Our first question will be for Logan Campa. Logan, what one specific project do you see yourself working on in the next year that will benefit students?
First, my first project that I would personally like to work on especially is making our campus definitely much greener. I mean, let's face it, every time you go to the snack bar, you get foam cups, foam plates, foam carry-out cases, plastic silverware. That's just unacceptable. I mean, after all, we have Lake Superior right next to us. We want to keep it beautiful. We have a beautiful landscape. We don't want to waste up that landscape by throwing garbage everywhere, which is essentially what the foam would do. Also, even in our own dorms, we do not have an effective recycling service. Well, I would like to change that. I've talked to several RAs, and we've already decided that it would be possible to make possibly at least aluminum cans recycling available on the dorm floors. All students drink lots of hop during college. Everybody knows that. So that would be the most effective way. After that, hopefully we'll go to plastic bottles and even tin and glass recycling. That is personally my first thing I want to do as president. Thank you.
Travis Erickson, the same question.
One major issue that has been in the background is this on? Okay, all right. One major issue that is a concern to me is the future of the University Child Care Center, which, if you don't know, when Sunquist is demolished, we won't have a child care center. And currently, our child care center is the only NAEYC certified center in the whole quarter of the state of Wisconsin, which is the National Association for the Education of Young Children, and it can serve as a training ground for other child care centers in Superior. And this would be very beneficial, being that we have a child care service shortage in this city. Many parents have to go to Duluth to find child care service. Additionally, our child care center serves as a training ground for many academic programs, the psychology department, social work, teacher education, the reading program, etc. I think it's absolutely necessary that we have a center on campus for some sort of service, being that we have so many non-traditional students, many of which have children. So that's probably my major issue for the next year.
Thank you very much. The next question will be directed towards our vice presidential candidates, and we'll be starting off with Joseph E. Stenslin. If you'd like to step to the podium, please. Check. As vice president, you will serve as the chair of the Rothwell Student Center Advisory Board. What do you see as the major issues regarding the Student Center, especially with the opening of the new building?
I think it's very important that we get the most for our space that we have. From what I understand, this building has the opportunity to be able to be used to retrofit itself accordingly, such as removable walls, barriers in certain places. I think that an adaptable building is something that I would also consider a green initiative as well, so that you're not taking and you're knocking down one part and then adding another on. That we really want to make sure we have the space issues for everybody who needs it. I think that it's very, very important for student life to have that initial investment and a way to publicly display that in a way that I would say that hasn't been done yet here. We struggle and we work for a way to do that in this building and what we have now, but openness is a way to facilitate and foster such an environment. And I think that overall, just regarding that, you're going to get the message across more. You're going to have more opportunity. And to be open is really the best way to look at these issues, the best way to identify issues, and the best way to make sure that those issues are delivered and worked on.
Thank you. Tara Lowe, the same question to you.
First of all, I would just like to say that I am really excited about the new RSC building and the amazing leaps and bounds that it is making for a greener university. I believe that the one major thing that we should be focused on in the next year is making sure that the transition goes smoothly. A lot of students need the RSC, for their eating and just to hang out and socialize or to study and have, an adaptable space where we can do so. And in the next year, with the transitioning, with the building of the new RSC and all of the construction that'll entail, it's really important that we still have available space for students to, get their needs. And that, would be making sure that, like Joe said, there's a lot of open space for students. That way, if you need to have a room to have a study group in, you do. Or, like boxes and walls, things like that. They need to have that space available to them. And so I guess, for me, the most important thing would be to make sure that with the changing and the construction, to make sure that that is always available to students. Thank you.
Our next question is